Welcome to another Short and Sweet, where the samples and reviews are usually short.
But it's still really sweet that it was provided to us.
Yeah. This one, again,
a gift.
A tall bottle, but a gift, so it's very sweet. Thank you to Todd Coupah and his Coupah Troopas, which is really just Todd Coupah. Again, hot toddy.
Hot toddy.
Hot toddy.
All right.
For this Bardstown Bourbon Company Chateau De Laubade version 2, I guess.
It was an anniversary gift.
It was an anniversary gift. Happy anniversary, Sarah.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little late for that, Chad.
Okay, well. Yeah, we were bummed because this was coming out at the distillery.
The day that we had a flight to, I think it was Austin.
Oh, yeah, I think it's
I can't remember.
Austin, yeah.
And I had been planning, when we hear the announcement, we will get in line, we will be there. I can't wait because we love the first release so much. Then they announced the date, and I was like, we'll literally be in the air on a plane.
Yeah.
It would be impossible for us to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So who came in and saved the day?
Todd Coupah.
Hot toddy.
Signed, you got this at the distillery. Is that Nick Smith or?
That's Steve Nally, I think.
Okay, yep, which makes it even more special. So what we've got here is a mixture, or a marriage, if you will.
A marriage.
Of 12-year Kentucky bourbon, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
I like 12-year bourbon.
And 10-year Tennessee, it says right here, bourbon, which can be a thing.
It's a thing.
And then it is finished in
Armagnac casks for 16 months, which I didn't need another thing to like, but I have found that I really like Armagnac, vintage Armagnac.
Yeah, so I'm getting sort of grapes and sweetness and sugary.
That sweet, syrupy,
plums.
Dark fruit is coming through on the nose, and I think that we can attribute that to the Armagnac.
Yeah, raisins and plums, dates, all that dark stuff.
A hint of nuttiness.
Hint of
some like walnuts, some spice. It smells like crushed walnuts, like if you were gonna put it in a bread or something.
Pretty complex nose here. So let's dive into your health.
I really enjoy what the Armagnac finish does to the mouthfeel. We've also been very fortunate to have been a bit of the first one as well.
Not a bit, a bottle.
It was a bottle.
A
bottle. My brain, I'm like, words.
The only two Chateau De Laubades that we have are because of generous people, so
we are not worthy.
That is awesome. Okay, I was getting ready to take my second sip, but I'm like, hold on, this is settling down into the chest. This is a 107 proof, by the way.
The front of it, I feel like the mouthfeel is really oily, but then towards the finish, I think it dries out just a touch. What do you think?
A little bit, yeah, it does a little bit, but if it's too dry, it's a killer for me. This is not a killer.
Not a killer.
This is interesting. We got to try this, sample this at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival and at the Bardstown booth. I was very excited, tasted it, and I thought I was a little underwhelmed. But I gotta say,
You're whelmed?
I'm adequately whelmed.
Okay.
If I can say adequately.
Well, it just, from the first release, the bar is set very high.
It is.
So, and we had been trying other things that day too. So I could see how you would be like, oh, this isn't exactly how I remembered it, because it's a different release.
That sample came off to me more Tennessee nutty and less of the finish. This, I'm not getting that at all.
I do think it's present, but it's not the entire personality.
I would have to be told to know that. I would never.
Really?
I would never have guessed it.
I think if you're looking for it, and I do think it's fair that they are transparent about what's in here. No one's trying to trick anybody with what's in here.
They're the kings of transparency.
So if you know that you don't like that, I would say still, if you could have a taste of this, to give it a chance, because even if you think, oh, I don't like that, so I'm gonna stay away. I think that what they've done with the marriage and then the finishing, like, it is still present, but it's it's cohesive with everything else.
Let's stop talking in code and just say it. We're talking about...
You don't know.
What we perceive as George Dickle, and when you get that particular type of nuttiness, or sometimes if it's more extreme, chalkiness, we call it the Dickle tickle.
It's not in everything.
I perceived that Dickle tickle at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival when I had the very first sip of the Chateau De Laubade version 2. And what I'm saying is, here now, I'm not getting it. Now, if I really closed my eyes and looked for it, I could uncover it.
Right. It's a very specific signature taste profile that's not for everyone, just like everything else. Even if I didn't know it was in there, I think I would still pick up on it. But again, it's not like aggressively smacking you in the face, right? It's blended.
And we got none of that in the first version.
That is true.
Yeah.
And it is hard to hold, they are different. They're made up of different things, so they will taste different. I still like the effect that the Armagnac is having. So.
Same. I think this is pretty exceptional. I would say the first version of the Chateau De Laubade is our correct me if I'm wrong, our favorite expression from Bardstown Bourbon Company.
Period. So it was gonna be almost impossible to unseat that.
I don't feel like this one unseats it.
No, I agree.
I'll tell you what is sweet. That's whiskyambitions.com. It's our home on the internet. Where look at the colors we're wearing today, Sarah. Green, red. What is it? Getting
fall,
close to
kind of
holidays.
Christmassy.
Yeah. Oh, bourbon, where art thou?
This wasn't planned.
The
kind of a vintagey wash.
Vintagey wash.
On our logo.
Yeah. So plenty of t-shirts, also hoodies because that weather's coming up. But our Glencairns, all of our glassware, our bottle cut candles, and more. It's always coming soon at whiskyambitions.com.
And you can become a patron at patreon.com/itsbourbonnight. And for as little as $1, you can join our community, and that is where we release our barrel picks. First dibs on new merch, discounts on that merch, and more.
So, sort of in summation. It's not a word. In summary. To summarize.
It's just summer.
Summer's gone. I really like this. I recommend it.
If you do come across one, it's worth a fun. It's
worth it.
fun.
It's worth
a try.
That's where we got to leave it. Hey, if you haven't subscribed to us already, you can do so by clicking right up here. There's suggestions of other videos down here. We hope to see you over there in one of those. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Thanks, Todd Coupah. Until next time, drink more bourbon.